It seems we go online for everything today, and everything can come to your door. Welcome back to Techstination. I'm Fred Fishkin, and with us is Walker Drewett, founder and CEO of NuBrakes. Thanks for joining us, Walker.
Fred, it's a pleasure to be talking with you this morning. I appreciate you taking the time.
Well, give us a little background to start with about the company and what you're doing.
Yeah, sure. So our business actually has always been predicated on building a better car care experience. However, we actually originally founded our company as an entirely different business. We started out as NuWash. We were an on-demand mobile car wash marketplace business, and the story goes is myself and our earliest founding team members set out to make the car care experience better. We set out with $5,000, and our early team washed the first 4,500 cars ourselves. We were the first independent contractors on our platform, if you will. And ultimately, after scaling the business to about 7 figures in revenue, expanding it into the Dallas market, what we realized in talking to our customers, while they certainly loved the opportunity to get a clean car wherever they are, was we weren't necessarily solving their biggest pain points. In fact, they had more chronic pains that they needed solving for as it applies to their car care. And so, as I like to think about it, is a car wash is a nice to have. It's not a need to have. It's kind of like taking a vitamin, not a painkiller. And so we ultimately started asking ourselves, the following questions, which is, why is taking your car to get serviced such a painful experience? Why is there a negative 13 net promoter score? Why can't this be done better? And furthermore, is how can and will technology continue to change the car ownership experience at large, right? And so ultimately, back in May of 2019, we set out to launch NuBrakes with ultimately the mission of building the most loved, trusted, reliable company in car care. What we're building at NuBrakes in its simplest form is we deploy one of our certified full-time technicians to your location to repair your vehicle on site. But ultimately, we're building the connected vehicle service platform to power the future of automotive. As vehicles become more connected, as part of the Internet of Things and the build out of EVs and AVs, we are going to provide that service layer. Whereas, we will integrate directly with your vehicle, and then our 5-star experience, or our 5-star technician, will show up and deliver that experience for you.
It's interesting because, as you know, more people are migrating to buying their vehicles online, not going to dealerships. So that relationship isn't maybe perhaps what it used to be, and won't be in the future. And some companies like a Tesla selling exclusively online. So you're trying to fill this void?
Yes, absolutely. I think that the observation that you make is spot on. And furthermore, it's also a representation of the ongoing trend by consumers and businesses, for that matter, of demanding a higher level of convenience. We want a convenient experience. We want personalization. We want it to be equally as or more affordable than the traditional alternative. And you're seeing that in the way that people buy cars. And we're also seeing that in the way that people take care of and manage their cars. So I think that those trends are very much one and the same.
You have some new backing. Tell us about that and what it's going to enable.
Yeah, absolutely. We're really excited to announce that we raised a $9 million Series A round led by Canvas Ventures. Also have investment from or participation from previous investors, notably Bling Capital, Contrary Capital, amongst others. And what we're using the funding for is, first and foremost, is continuing to build out our team. We'll use it to hire more than 100 individuals. With a particular focus on our leadership team and product and engineering team. Furthermore, we'll be using the funding to expand into new markets, with an initial focus throughout the Southeast. We're currently operating in 9 metros as of today, across 4 different states. And furthermore, we're going to continue investing into our technology, again, with the ultimate goal of building the most loved, trusted, reliable company in car care. Built on the back of a powerful logistics engine and integrated connected vehicle technology.
How do you find and train the people who are going out to remotely do the vehicle repairs?
Yeah, sure. So our, I'll preface with our technicians are all full-time employees of NuBrakes. And in terms of where we source them from is through a variety of different channels, everything from, your traditional online job boards to heavy referrals from our existing technicians due to their experience and that they want to share with others. And then, certainly word of mouth. And as our bright orange NuBrakes vans get out on the road, they certainly catch the technician's eye. But, the way that we think about it, and albeit there is a pretty significant shortage of technicians in the auto services industry at large. And so, businesses like ours are facing that challenge. However, to be quite candid, we haven't experienced it as much. We put a lot of energy and effort and resources into cultivating and building and providing the best experience for our technicians possible. And that comes not only with competitive wages, whereas they can earn 10 to 20% more working with us than they can in the traditional repair shop or dealership, but also comes with a full suite of benefits, stock options in our company, independence, and to be quite candid, a culture where we empower our technicians rather than have them as a cog in the machine. They're the front line of the business. They're the face of the brand. They're the ones who interface with the customer, and they deserve to be treated as such. And so we're continuing to build a phenomenal team of technicians. We've got upwards of 50 on our roster now, and we'll continue to build that team as we grow.
And your plan is to go nationwide with all of this?
Yes, absolutely. We want to bring bring our convenient car care experience to the entire country. As I mentioned, we have an initial focus on the Southeast due to some market dynamics that we think are particularly advantageous for our business. But nonetheless, we'll be expanding across the entire country and expect to have that type of footprint, by the end of 2022.
What can and can't be done
Yeah,
in
sure.
in my driveway when it comes to vehicle maintenance and repair?
Yeah, sure. So, certainly what can be done is anything that's going to fall within your preventative maintenance stack. That's going to be everything from oil changes to brake repair to suspension to spark plugs, alternators, battery replacements, tire rotations, all of that. We're going to do right in your driveway. The types of services that we're not going to be able to do is a transmission replacement or an entire engine replacement, right? Some of those heavier duty repairs. Now, ultimately, what we will do is we will build out a preferred network of shops that we can then refer our customers over to that have been vetted by us. Perhaps that also comes with advantageous pricing, and we'll be able to send our customers to those preferred vendor shops as needed.
There's not a lot, but obviously there is some competition out there. So tell me what your advantages are.
Yeah, sure. There's been a number of companies over the years that have tried to attack this opportunity. I would tell you one of the biggest differentiators between them is that they've taken on a true marketplace model, as we would call it, meaning their service providers are actually independent contractors. And I think that that's really, really challenging for a number of reasons. One is your independent contractors are effectively part-time employees that set their own schedule in an industry that has a -13 net promoter score. Whereas that customer experience is just so incredibly important. And whenever you're trusting independent contractors to deliver that service, frankly, is you lose control over the customer experience. And furthermore, is you're not able to train those contractors. You're not able to equip them with all of the tools and equipment. And I think that that's a really big challenge in itself. So that's one of the big differentiators. But ultimately, the other, I would tell you, the biggest differentiator is the technology that we're building out that enables us to operate at an incredibly efficient rate. It's obviously what enables us to deliver services at a cost that's far more affordable than going to the shop or the dealership. And then building it on the back of our connected vehicle service platform. So we're very much not only building for the present, but building for the future and building for the future of automotive. Again, whereas we'll be integrating directly with vehicles initially with our fleet customers, but integrating directly with those vehicles and creating an algorithmic way to predict and schedule your maintenance needs. And so I would tell you that that very much is and will continue to be one of the biggest differentiators that we have.
And this is so, I guess we can call it a house call, is actually going to cost me less as a customer than going to the garage?
Yes, absolutely. Yes, we are currently, in between 15 and 30% less than the traditional repair shop. Frankly, if you want to compare us to the dealership, oftentimes you'll see that we're 50 to even 100% less.
Is there an easy explanation as to how you can do that?
Yeah, sure. Ultimately, to put it simple in its simplest form, is operational efficiency. We utilize our technicians at a much higher rate than does the traditional repair shop or dealership, and we remove a lot of the administrative costs by centralizing them back to our HQ.
Very interesting. For more info, where can people go?
Find us on NuBrakes.com. We're also rapidly growing our team. So anybody who is interested in exploring an opportunity, whether that be on our product, engineering, marketing, or technician or sales team, would love to have you reach out to me directly on LinkedIn. Find me at Walker Drewett, or send me an email at walker@nubrakes.com. I'd love to hear from you.
Well, congratulations on what you've accomplished so far. And obviously there's much more to come. Walker Drewett, thanks for taking the time with us.
Fred, it was a pleasure. Thank you.
Now this. It takes a lot of listening to build a better radio. And that's just what the folks at C. Crane have done. Bob Crane and his crew, nestled among the rivers and tallest trees in the world in Fortuna, California, have made a habit of listening to their customers. And that's just what they've done in building the CC Skywave SSB, the Swiss Army knife of portable radios. For everyday listening to AM or FM in the yard or patio or on the nightstand without having to drain a mobile phone battery, it's a great companion. But it is also a companion equipped for NOAA weather information and alerts that can be life-saving. You can listen to FEMA and Coast Guard transmissions too. Beyond all of that, you can tune into shortwave signals from around the world. It's compact, easy to take with you, and built to last. The CC Skywave SSB. Click on the link at Techstination.com.